Welcome everybody to Neutral Perspective. Manchester United have lost 2-0 at Old Trafford to Newcastle. Newcastle. You know what? I've seen the lineup. It doesn't make sense to me. The lineup, how you can put two defensive midfielders like Eriksen, like Casemiro, who's in their late 30s, to go up against players like Joelinton, like Isak, like Hall, like Gordon. You're putting the pressure onto United more. It's just a tactical disaster today. For a United fan, a lot of United fans especially, they're going to lose today. And today, it was just humiliating. It was pure utter humiliation for United to be there. I didn't feel like there was tactics. There was barely any tactics. There's not that much you can say positive about United's performance. And no more, even the first goal from Isak. No one's marking Hall. No one's marking Hall. Hall can easily run to the perfect spot to get the ball to Isak, to get the ball to Gordon, to get the ball to Joelinton, but that players like Harry Maguire is not marking him. It's not marking Isak. No one's telling Harry Maguire why to go to Isak. No one's telling him it's like it was so easy for them to get the ball. It was like there's no way United can't do anything. Second goal by Joelinton. Again, it's just like it's the same thing. You're having no one passing to Gordon, but no one's marking Joelinton. No one's actually going to say, guys, mark Joelinton. He's literally right there. Go to Joelinton. No one, because the main threat is Isak. And Isak defend like he's like how would I say that? He would pretend to be the threat, and the second goal was actually Joelinton. And United it was disaster class. It wasn't a masterclass performance, it was a disaster. I mean, they lost 3 games in a row where they've lost to Bournemouth home, Wolves away, now Newcastle. It's just, I don't know what I can say about the first 20 minutes of the game, but I can positively say about United. But I think Newcastle is just a one-of-a-kind team that can get something. I think Newcastle has that potential to grow the team forward. Eddie has a great manager. He can bring them forward. He can get something out to the team because Isak so far has been a menace to a lot of teams. He scored every game of this month, from Brentford to Liverpool to Manchester United to Newcastle. He is getting the goals for United as Newcastle. And you know what? People say, oh, you know what? You got Haaland's a good striker, but like Isak this season has been reliable for Newcastle than Haaland has had during the time when he said to Arsenal, stay humble. I think Newcastle needs to build up on Isak's threat. And what I love about Newcastle, the high press actually works. Newcastle's high press, where they can fully engage with the tactical side of using Gordon's pace, Isak, Joelinton, Greenwood. And you know what? And you know, when those people get injured, you can always have Willis, you can always have Barnes. he has a backup plan. But Amorim doesn't have a backup plan where he can rely on these players. Now, United fell apart until Mainoo came on. Mainoo came on. It's like a breath of fresh air. He actually bring on the tactical side Amorim wanted to play in the first half and the second half. And if he had 8 shots on target, he has 8 shots today. Over Xerxes, good option because Xerxes because his problem is Xerxes not the problem, is the fact that you put Xerxes in the middle of the pitch. He's not a winger, he's not a midfielder, he's an up front striker that you should push him on forward. And yes, you have Rasmus Højlund, and yes, Rasmus Højlund is better than Xerxes, but you need to tell Xerxes or Højlund who is going to be Manchester United's main striker. Is it going to be Rashford? Is it going to be Xerxes? Is it going to be Højlund? And after that, it's like Newcastle felt like they knew they won the match. It felt like they just like, we're winning 2-0, keep up the momentum. Don't do that much attacking football. Because United pulled the pressure on and bring on Euro, bring it on. Garnacho is the right key for United to move forward, but then again, you do have a problem where you got Arsenal in the FA Cup, you've got Liverpool in the Premier League next. I will do that video on Neutral Perspective, by the way. And that is going to cause problems for United. United are going to have a season where this bad. They just can't handle. The defense has been poor. I think the Euro, it should be Dilit Mazraoui, Lissandro, and Maguire. I think they didn't put Euro over Maguire. They could have put down Euro, Martinez, Dilit. Then as right wing backs, Ahmad and Mazraoui. I don't know, but right now, if people are saying Amorim out, that's pound for pound football. It's just the basic knowledge of football for United defenders. I mean, you spent 80 mil on Harry Maguire. It's been a Man United's flop. And I'm just thinking, you're paying Harry Maguire. He's not. I would have sold Harry Maguire earlier. I would have said Harry Maguire after his first season. I mean, you could have gotten a better deal if you sold Harry Maguire, but again, it's just the lack of structure. And yes, you've got no Fernandes. Fernandes got the red card against Wolves for tackling Nelson Semedo, but you always have to have a backup player. Bruno was always a man captain, but you don't have Bruno. You need to have someone that's have a good leadership for the squad. You guys had that, what was that, Wednesday? Wednesday, you guys had 1 week in this lack of leadership. There's no leadership at United. There's no leadership. You need to have a backup leadership. Bruno's not there. Have a backup leadership. So I just think right now, United, the theatre of dreams, more like theatre of nightmares for United. It's just one of those games where poorly structured team against high-minded, tactical team where they can push the team forward, but at what cost is it gonna have? I mean, you have no Rashford. Rashford has not played 5 games this season because of his decision once to leave. But you need to start putting more of a threat on your side foot forward, and you need to put more of a threat in the back. You need to make sure that the threats are not, welcome for oppositions, because I think you guys have the worst defensive record for corners, so that's not good. Thanks guys for watching this video. Hit the subscribe button if you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. The next video is the Spurs versus Newcastle, West Ham versus Brighton. No, West Ham, no, not Brighton. West Ham versus Man City. No, it's not that. Man City versus West Ham, London Stadium. Spurs versus Newcastle, Hateview. And then you've got the Liverpool Man United match. So 3 matches in the row. Peace, I'm out. Theatre of nightmares for United.